Hey guys, welcome to Erin Laine Yoga. I am not in a fancy studio. I am not wearing a lav mic. I am at my church, sitting in the sanctuary that is empty. And I'm coming to you today at the request of so many subscribers. Thank you so much for requesting new videos. I will be completely honest, I wasn't sure if I would ever make more videos. I was not completely prepared for what happens when you put yourself out in the public eye and people can comment and things like that. And it was really hard for a minute for me to take all of the opinions and criticisms when I don't make any money off of this. I just want to help people and do what I believe God has given me a purpose for. But I felt the Lord say to me a couple days ago that He wanted me to give this message to you guys. There's somebody, I don't know who you are, but there's someone who needs to hear this message. And so this yoga flow is going to be very much what I do in my class here, not what my old videos are like, but where there is a teaching, a word from God, and being led by the Holy Spirit. So here's what He had to say. And if this is for you, I encourage you to reach out to me, please. If this word was for you, I know there's somebody who needs to hear this. And so I would like to go back into Genesis, talking about the story of Joseph. We all are pretty familiar with the story of Joseph and his amazing coat of many colors. And if you aren't completely familiar with it, he was the youngest of, I believe it was 12 brothers. His father was Jacob, and he was the most beloved by his father. And his brothers hated him. He had this beautiful coat, and they hated him. They were jealous of him. I was reading through the story, and God, for the first time, let me see it through the perspective of the brothers instead of through Joseph. And I was just wondering, how many of us have felt anger or jealousy because we're in a situation that maybe isn't fair? You know, just because Joseph was Jacob's favorite son doesn't mean he was his best son. Doesn't even mean that he served him the most. It doesn't mean he had the best heart. Doesn't mean he was the hardest working out in the fields. It doesn't mean that he was the best saver or the best prayer. It was a little unfair, I'm sure, was how they felt. And I think that we've all at some point felt like something is unfair and we've blamed God. And so this message that I want to give you today, this word is on regret. So they sell their brother into slavery. And all of these years go by, and they come to the 7 years of famine. And I felt like God was saying, do you not think that at some point that his brothers didn't think that the famine was because of their horrible deed? Because they had sinned against their brother, because they'd sold him into slavery? Have you ever blamed yourself for your trials? Are you going through something right now, a long period of trials, maybe a weird season in your life, a weird period in your life where you're going, I have a repentant heart, and Lord, I messed up, and I know that I'm having to live through all of this because I messed up. And that's what regret is. It's blaming ourselves, receiving the blame. But I'm here to tell you that when Joseph's brothers came to the Pharaoh, and Joseph was there, and they realized that Joseph is their brother, and that this was the man he sold into slavery and all of that. So there have been all of these years. There were 7 years of famine, but before that there were all of these years where they had regretted this horrible thing that they'd done, that they had basically thought that they'd killed their brother. And just like that, God turned it around. It was so fast. In Genesis 47, if we go down to verse 5, it says, And then Pharaoh said to Joseph, Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best of the land. Let them settle in the land of Goshen. And if you know any able men among them, and put them in charge of my livestock. And then further down in verse 11, he says, Then Joseph settled his father and his brothers and gave them a possession of the land of Egypt in the best land, in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. And Joseph provided his father, his brothers, and his father's household with food according to the number of their dependents. So not only did they get their brother back, did they get food to survive the famine, but they were given the choice land. They were grafted into the kingdom. God can turn our situation around like that. And I'm telling you, what Satan may have intended for evil, God will use for good. It says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things God works for the good of those who love him and those who've been called according to his purpose. Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. That's James 1:2. God can use anything, even your mistakes, to bless you. And I just find that so exciting. And to me, that means don't live in regret. Don't blame yourself, but begin to worship and praise your Father for what's ahead. Because the trials you're going through, there's something on the other side. You're not just going through this for no reason. God doesn't punish us. He doesn't punish us. He can turn it around like that. Like that. So rejoice in that moment that is coming for you. If this message was for you, please find me on Facebook. If any of you need prayer, I have a Facebook page. It's Erin Laine Yoga. I'm not real fancy. I don't have a big website or anything anymore. But reach out to me. Send me a message. I want to pray for you. I will personally pray for you. If that message was for you, if that blesses you, please reach out. Okay, let's practice. Coming to an easy seat position. Hands on the knees, rolling the shoulders back and down. Even on the sits bones, getting all the kinks out that we might have, any wiggles, the bra strap adjusted, all of that. Let's just take a moment to pray. Father, we ask there be no regrets, there be no shame. Your word tells us that you can change it around. You can actually take my worst mistake and make it my biggest blessing. So Father, I pray right now that you help me to search my heart, find my regret, and give it to you. 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, expanding the belly. Exhale out the nose, pull the navel into the spine. Again, breathing inhale. Expand the belly, push it out. Exhale, pull it into the spine. Take a nice deep inhale, nice tall spine. As you exhale, bring your right ear down toward your right shoulder. And then bring your left shoulder down. Getting a nice stretch on this side of the neck. I'm going to pull my hair back for a second. Right ear to right shoulder. Left shoulder pulls down. Maybe even lift your chin slightly this way. So really get all of these, front of these neck muscles and tendons that work from the front of the shoulder to your jawline. We want all of that to stretch. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, drawing your chin to your chest, rounding your shoulders. Tall spine, deep inhales and exhales. Inhale, lifting the chin. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder, and then drop the right shoulder down, slightly lifting the chin up to the left. Feeling that nice stretch on the front of the shoulder and the neck. Nice deep inhale. As we exhale, bring the chin down toward the chest, rounding the shoulders. Inhale, draw the chin up. Bring the palms to kiss at heart center. Take an inhale, and as we do, interlace your fingers. Extend the palms forward and then up. Then drop your shoulders as much as you can. I have a very tight left shoulder here, so I'm not going to see a lot of drop, but there's some drop there. Keeping everything extended. Be careful not to let that knee float up. Close your eyes. Breathing in peace, contentment, gratitude. Exhaling out regret, shame, envy. Gently slide the fingers apart or rain fingers down. Bring your right hand down to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale your left arm up. As you exhale, bend your right elbow, side body stretch. You can stay here or you can turn and gaze to the inside of that arm, whatever is comfortable for you. Drop your head. Just do it gently. Inhale, bring it up. Place that hand down to the outside of the left thigh while your right hand comes up. Bend the left elbow, side body stretch. Turn and gaze to the inside of the arm. Inhale it up and exhale. Bring your hands to your knees. We're going to begin to snake the body forward. So we're going to inhale, leaning with the crown of our head. We're going to come forward like you're charging the wall with your head. Coming forward. And when you reach the furthest part of your sit, so you're not lifting up off your seat, but the furthest part of your seat, you're going to bring your chin up, draw a line up with your nose. And as you exhale, we're rounding the spine, pulling the shoulders forward, tucking the chin in, and then repeating the process. So we're making a bit of a fluid motion here. It's kind of like a seated cat-cow, but we're kind of snaking a bit. Inhaling up, exhaling, rounding. Inhale up, exhale, round. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Good. Make spidey fingers, little tall, little tents with your fingers. Put it in front of you and walk it as far as you can in front of you. If you can only walk it a couple steps or just right here, and this is already a stretch, if this knee is up, stay right here. Otherwise, if we're a little flexible in our hips, we're going to walk our fingers out. Remembering to keep that breath going. Deep inhales and exhales. And inhale, look forward. Back up on the fingertips. Walk it back to the body. Good. Now let's switch legs. Put the left foot in front. We're going to do side body stretches. Right hand to the outside of your right thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, bending that elbow. Stretching to the side. Turn and gaze to the inside of your arm. And inhale it up. Place that hand down, inhale the right arm up, bend the elbow, turn and gaze. And inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bringing the palms to kiss at heart center, interlace the fingers. Turn it outwards, palms out. Bring it up. Drop the shoulders. Chin slightly lifted. Eyes closed. Breathe here. 3 breaths. Gently slide those fingers apart. Trickle, trickle down. Making little platforms with our fingertips in front, leading with the chin forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk it down if you can. You probably can't see this on camera, but just walk it down to wherever you're comfortable and then round your back. Inhaling peace, goodness, contentment, gratitude. Exhaling regret, shame, anger. Inhaling forward, walk it back. Good. Make your way to tabletop. Make sure when you come to your tabletop pose that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. Pull my pants up here. Take a couple cat-cows just to get warmed up. Make sure your hands are nice and spread wide with big fingers. The wider your fingers are, it helps to stretch out your palms. We all work a lot on computers and phones and texting and things like that, and this part of our hand gets really stiff. So this is just some good healthy habits to get into in your practice. To spread your fingers as wide as you can when you're doing down dogs or tabletops or anything like that. Get in there. Find your center and start with some cat-cows. Cat, gently dropping the belly, looking upwards, lifting your chin. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking your chin and pushing the mat away from you. Move with your own breath here. Just getting a little warm up in the spine. On your next exhale, meet me in a neutral spine. We're going to stretch these shoulders out. So we're really focusing on stretching out the upper back and the shoulders, where a lot of us feel weighted down. We carry the weight of the world on our back and our shoulders. We tend to sink our head down into our neck down into our shoulders. So we're going to try and just elongate all of that. So we're going to inhale. We're going to thread the needle. So inhale your right hand all the way up, looking up, gazing towards the ceiling, opening the shoulder if you can, as much as stretch as you can get into your chest cavity. Exhale, thread the needle through, drop your right ear down onto the mat, and breathe here. Close your eyes. On your next inhale, gently push yourself up. Unwind that, bring it all the way through, all the way back up, opening up the chest. And exhale, bring it back to tabletop. Take a couple cat-cows. Inhale, dropping the belly. Chin is lifted. Exhale, rounding the spine. Tucking your chin in, pushing the mat away. Come to a neutral spine on your next exhale. Inhale the left hand all the way up. Opening your chest, gazing up at your hand. Exhale, thread the needle through, gently bringing your left ear all the way down onto your mat. Breathing here. And inhaling, unwinding, bring it all the way back up. And exhale, back to tabletop. Couple more cat-cows just to rinse out the spine. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, rounding. Exhale, come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under at the back of the mat. And then we're going to walk our hands back as we sit onto our heels gently. Now you can stay here if you need to. You don't have to come all the way down onto your feet. But if you can, try and sit all the way back onto your feet, placing your hands onto your knees. This is a wonderful stretch for our feet. Feet and hands get neglected a lot in yoga. We use so much of them for balancing. We put all these tiny little intricate muscles, so many of them, through so much strain. And we stretch out and elongate all of these large muscle groups, and sometimes we ignore these little ones. So just breathe into it. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, gently step your hands forward, slowly taking the weight off of those feet. Good job. Now turn your toes under, make your big toes kiss, bring your knees out wide, and go ahead and sit back into a child's pose, all the way down. Bring your forehead onto the mat, maybe rocking slightly from side to side. Really breathing into those hips. Your next inhale, look between your hands and gently push back to downward facing dog. So remember, nice wide fingers and push all the way back to down dog. Now pedal your feet out. Pedal them out really good, back and forth. Maybe wag your tail a little bit. It's our first down dog. Our muscles are cold. Just work our way in there. If down dog is too hard for you, please feel free to always bring your knees down. And we can work from dolphin or puppy or even just from tabletop. So always feel free. Any of these moves I do, you can bring a knee down. All right, inhale, looking between your hands. Gently step to the top of the mat. Staying low, drop the head, keep the knees soft here, cold muscles, reach for your elbows, maybe sway from side to side. Inhaling halfway up, look forward, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling one vertebrae at a time. Chin stays tucked in. We're going to roll all the way up to standing. Feet are rooted into the earth. Deep breath. Inhale, circle the arms up. Palms kiss. Mini back bend. Exhale, fold, hinging at the waist. Fold all the way down. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway up, flat spine, looking forward. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands at the top of the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, wag your tail, get some movement into your down dog. Move it around. Take an inhale as you exhale, really reach your heart for your shins. Plant your left foot, inhale your right foot up. Exhale, look between the hands. Plant your right foot at the top of the mat. Now you can bring a knee down here if you need to, but otherwise we're going to stay in this lunge, but we're going to move in it a little bit. We're just going to shift it forward and backwards. Now I'm not asking you to get this leg completely straight or anything. We're just getting a little movement in the hips, just kind of lubricating these joints here a little bit. A little blood flow. Then plant your left hand down. Inhale your right hand up. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Bring that right hand down to the inside of your foot. Walk that foot to the edge of the mat. Bring your back knee down into lizard. Breathe here. You can take your expression of lizard. If you want to rotate the foot out, you can. If you want to come down on your forearms, you can. Bonus points for sticking your tongue out. Your lizard. Or not. Breathe. Take an inhale as you exhale, bring that foot flat. Heel toe it to the center of the mat. Walk your hands back, flexing your front foot. Doing a little half monkey here. If you're a full monkey, you can do your splits. You crazy flexible people, you. Remembering to send the breath to the hamstring. Also, feel free to come up onto blocks or pillows if it's difficult for you, even on your fingertips, to do this. You can always use assistance. Take an inhale as you exhale. Walk those fingertips forward. Flatten the front foot. Plant your hands on either side, coming back towards your lunge. But then we're just going to bring this foot back into tabletop. Cat-cow. Just one. Inhale, exhale, rounding. Big toes kiss, knees out wide. Back into child's pose. Take an inhale, look between your hands, and walk your hands over to the right as far as you can, stacking your left hand on top of your right and dropping your forehead down onto the ground. Getting a nice stretch in that side shoulder. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk it all the way to the other side, to the left. Stack your right hand on top of your left. Relax the forehead down. Inhale up between the hands. Walk it back to center. One more child's pose stretch. Really settle it in there. Inhale, look between your hands. Push back to downward facing dog. Plant your right foot. Inhale your left foot up. Look between your hands. Plant the left foot at the top of the mat. Coming into your runner's lunge. And again, we're just getting a little movement in here. Just wiggle it front and forward. Front forward. Frontwards and backwards. Just get a little stretch into the hamstring. A little blood flow into the joints. Good. Then come all the way forward. Dropping into those hips. Place your right hand flat. Inhale the left hand up, twisted lunge. And exhale, bring the left hand down to the inside of that foot. Heel toe that foot to the edge of the mat. Now bring that back knee down, untuck the toes. Breathe here. Again, feel free to take your variation of lizard if you want to rotate to the outside of the foot. If you want to drop onto the forearms, just listen to your body. Make sure you're working to your challenge points, not past them. Make sure your neck is out of your shoulders. Again, bonus points for tongues. Sometimes I like to yell out and hiss out my counter intentions. So I'm inhaling the goodness of His grace, His mercy, all of my gratitude, my contentment in this moment. And I'm doing some pranayama, breathing out of all of the wickedness that is left in me. So you just feel less angry, just doing that. Take an inhale, exhale, we're gonna heel toe that foot to the middle, up on our fingertips, walk it back, flexing that front foot, coming into our half monkey. Again, if you wanna do full monkey, if you're a super flexible circus gymnast splits person, go for it. If you need a little help, feel free to come up on a block or, oh, that was my knee. Breathe here. Pillow, that was the other word I was going to say. And inhale, look forward. Walk those hands back front. Turn your back heel under, lift your knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet, wag your tail a little bit. Last down dog, so make it count. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, reaching your heart for your shins. Bring it forward to plank pose. You can do this knees up or down. All the way down onto your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tabletop. Now walk your knees up, cross your ankles, have a seat on your bum, on your soft spots. Let's do some seated twists. We're gonna start with the left foot on the bottom, bringing your left foot in towards your body, and the right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Wrap your arm around your knee, send your right arm behind you, looking forward, nice tall spine. Nice deep inhale first. And then as we exhale, we're gonna twist, breathing out into that twist. Close your eyes. Nothing to see on the screen. Nice deep inhale. And we're going to counter twist as we exhale. So keep your bottom half of your body where it is. Top half, arms are going to come all the way to the other side. So you're reaching your left hand behind you. Maybe even press your elbow into your knee. Looking over your left shoulder. And exhale, gently bring it forward. Now heel toe this bottom foot up so it's even with the mat. Then you're just going to slide your right leg, your top leg, directly on top. So we're making like a triangle. stacking our ankles over our ankle over our knee and our knee over our ankle. Get nice and even on the sits bones. You can use a block here if your knee is floating up, so that you can try and relax this hip down. Place the palms on the mat in front of you. Take a nice deep inhale, extend your neck, nice tall spine. Exhale, walk it forward. And inhale, looking forward. Walk the hands back. Good. And let's switch legs. So now we've got our left foot on top. Oh, I'm sorry. Right foot into the body. Left foot to the outside of our right thigh. Sweep the arm around. Left hand extends behind us. Nice tall spine. Reaching up. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, we turn into our twist. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, counter twist. Arms come all the way across the body to the other side. Turn and gaze over your right shoulder. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, relax it forward. Heel toe that bottom foot so that it's parallel with the front of your mat. Sliding this front foot so we're making that triangle. So left ankle's on top of right knee. Left knee on top of right ankle. Place the hands on the mat in front of you. Again, please feel free to use an assistance of a towel, a pillow, a block if your knee is floating up. It's double pigeon. Not everybody's open in their hips, but it is a wonderful way to stay open. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, walk it forward. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, gently walk those hands back to the body. Send both feet straight out in front of you. Give a little shake. Shake out the kinks. Nice even sits bones, tall spine. Inhale up, flexing those feet. Exhale, forward fold. And palms face up. We're going to lower one vertebrae at a time, slowly sliding all the way down onto our bellies. Bring your arms out wide like a T, palms face flat on the floor. Bring your knees into your chest. Give a little sway from side to side. And I want you to bring your right foot down onto the mat. Cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, drop both legs down to the right. Turn and gaze at your left palm. Inhale, bring it back to center. And switch legs. Left foot flat. Right foot crosses over onto your left knee. Take an inhale, exhale, bring both knees down to the left. Turn and gaze towards the right. Inhale, bring the knees back up. And then bend both your knees and bring your feet so the bottoms of your feet are facing straight to the ceiling. And reach for the outsides of your feet and pull your legs apart a little bit here. Getting a stretch into the inner groin. Then as you exhale, I want you to pull your feet down. So we're bringing those knees down to either side of the body into our happy baby. Maybe even rock it a little bit from side to side. And on your next exhale, we're going to come into our final pose, into corpse pose. Bringing your feet out as wide as the mat, legs stretched all the way out. Hands on either side of the body, palms face up. Find a comfortable position. Slightly lift your chin, just a little bit. As we come into Savasana. For the sake of video, we do have shorter Savasanas, but it is important that you take them. It's restorative. It's not just restorative for the body and the muscles that you just stretched out. It's restorative for your spirit. It's restorative to your soul. It's when we exhaust the flesh that our spirit can more easily communicate with God. He can talk to you and tell you things. He can heal parts of you. Do a check through the whole body, starting with the top of your head. Are you holding any tension in your forehead and your eyebrows, your jaw, neck, hands? Let everything just fall open. Slowly bringing awareness back. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll your ankles and your wrists. Now I want you to place your right hand on your belly, on your womb. Or for guys, on your reproductive inners. And then place your left hand over your heart. Elbows in towards the body. I pray peace over you. Peace over your day. Peace over your night. Peace over your sleep. I pray a gratitude that goes on for the next few days. An excitement of what God has next for you. Knowing that He's going to turn something major around. It's a special blessing that comes just to you because He loves you. Move your head from side to side. On your next inhale, reach your arms up all the way over your head like you do first thing in the morning, stretching out. As you exhale, make your way onto your right side fetal position. Use your arm as a pillow. And when you're ready, come all the way back up to your seated position. Bring your palms to heart center. We give you the God's house blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and bring you peace. For you are blessed in the city, you are blessed in the field, you are blessed when you come and when you go. And if the Lord is on your side, who should you fear? For who is like our Lord? Nobody. Go in grace. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to comment or leave me a Facebook message if this was for you. I want to pray for you. I thank you for your support. I hope you have a brilliant day.